6:30, we're going to call to order the special meeting of the Board of Trustees here on May 10th, 2017, in the boardroom at 1221 East Kingsbury. We have a quorum.
All members are present, we have a quorum.
All right. Would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Moment of silence. Thank you. I'm going to go back one on the agenda and announce that this meeting of the Seguin Independent School District has been duly called and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Section 551.043 of the Texas Government Code. All right, moving on to agenda item number 2. We have Marion Strauss here again from CASB, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, great. I know I heard some of you stayed up really late last night reading. You had a lot of reading to do. I will tell you, we have never had over 450 responses online. So you've set a record for us. We have something to try to achieve. So kudos to your staff for getting the word out and doing everything they could to get people to respond, and to your faculty, because I know some of the student responses were part of English class warm-up, which I think is a great idea. So you have some good information there. The report is what it is. It is people's opinion. We can't change any of that. It can be one person's opinion. It will be invaluable for the new superintendent coming in. When you place this in their desk, whoever comes in, this will be a really good benchmark for them to see kind of what the district was feeling, what the constituency was feeling, and how they were how they responded to those questions, and what the district was looking for in the next superintendent. And hopefully that's a really good match. That's what we're looking for. But tonight, what we need to do, we need to approve the qualifications and characteristics. Now, when I put these together, I had gone through and looked at all of the things that were kind of stood out to me from all of the responses. I looked at a lot of the concerns that people had. Communication was big. There were things that just kind of popped out that were very repetitive. And remember, after you approve these, and we'll go through them one at a time so that you can change anything or we can do whatever you need to do. But after we approve these tonight, then tomorrow they will be posted and they will be embedded into the application. Now, last week I told you you had over 60 applicants that had already applied, and I didn't look today to see how many. There's probably several more. But no one can complete their application until these Q&Cs are posted and they go in and actually complete this. And then they'll be able to submit. So we'll see how many actually submit before the deadline at midnight on whatever day that is, May 30th. That's right, May 30th. So the next time I see you will be when we come in to actually go through your applications. So the deadline will be May 30th. You'll get all the information on May 31st. You'll get you'll get 2 emails that day. One will give you the instructions and your logon information, and the other one will be all the applications. Remember, they're going to be organized for you so that they'll be easy to maneuver. The sitting superintendents will be first, alphabetically, then the assistant superintendents and deputy superintendents, alphabetically, then the other central office, and then principals, and then other, what we call other. And those are people that are kind of outside education, might have a a truck driver, or you never know who you might have. Someone that feels like they can be superintendent here that.
If you have someone who served as one of these positions before but are now retired, where would they fall?
Wherever if they served as a superintendent, they'll be in whatever their highest service was, that's where they will be. Okay? Any questions before we go in? So let's look at the QNCs. Again, you will not hurt my feelings. We will do whatever you need. These are yours. But we'll look at the first one. The first one says a team builder that is committed to work in partnership with the Board of Trustees, students, staff, parents, and community to build a climate of transparency and who is committed to the continued long-term success and direction of Seguin ISD. Does everybody have a copy? Do we need to make a copy? We need to make some copies? Oh, good.
This will be proofreaded, of course. This is just first draft, right?
Yes.
Okay, because assuming spell checker,
Oh.
this sequence,
Ah,
it always does.
Okay.
Everybody does
that's
that.
what happened.
You're not the
Yes.
first.
Yes.
So, yeah, so let's just make sure it's changed to Seguin instead of Seguin,
Okay.
please.
All right. Anything that you would like to change?
Well, these are words we saw over and over again, things like team builder, partnerships, transparency, long-term success. I do have one question.
Sure.
Don't take this personally, but
No.
I'm just wondering are these specific to comments that you received from the Seguin community and staff, or is this kind of a cookie cutter thing that,
You know, we have several that we use depending on where it is and what. Now, there are differences in all of them that, because some of the things that came up, caused us to use some different wording in most of them. However, I will not tell you that they weren't, that they haven't been used before, but they're different. They're a little bit different in every case.
So what you're saying is you modified them to meet
I
the
did.
needs of the community? Is that
That's
correct?
the needs of the community, but it's more about you than it is, yes. That as long as you're comfortable with it.
Just want to make sure it's kind of a custom thing and not just like you said, a cookie cutter.
No, it is, I would not have normally listed student, staff, parents, all of those, but I felt it was important here because there was a lot of repetition about meeting the needs of everyone. Usually, if we're going to put something about team building, it's going to be with just the board. And it's going to be, developing a team of 8. So this is where it's a little bit different here.
And that's the one thing we've always seen recently, or that we've seen in the past is team builder committed to build a team of 8, and instead it's changed up and actually includes a lot more, so that's.
Are y'all good with that? Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Number 2, a leader with a proven record of successful management of school finance, assessment and accountability, CTE, UIL, and all extracurricular programs who can make and defend difficult decisions that are best for all students and the district.
I thought this would be a good place to add something about curriculum and instruction.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question too. More specific.
I was looking at number 5 with that.
Yeah, I think that's what you.
I don't know, I'd really like to see someone who has a strong background in curriculum and instruction.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
So
a good one.
successful management of school finance, you want to put it before school finance or after?
You can put it after.
Okay, so school finance, curriculum and instruction, assessment and accountability, CTE. Are there any things that you want to take out? Again, I tried to be all-inclusive because there were a lot of, looking at all the comments. And then best for all students and the district. I think that was an important, as much as we heard about not making any excuses and making decisions based on what's best for everyone. Y'all good with that? Okay, so that one will have curriculum and instruction added after school commands. Okay. Number 3, a motivational leader who is attentive to staff morale and has a proven ability in building an effective management team engaged in collaborative planning, problem solving, and decision making. Good with that?
Good with it.
Everybody's good?
Are you good with that, Cindy?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, a proven leader that is able to build trust and unity throughout the school community while demonstrating servant leadership, humility, and unquestioned ethics, integrity, and honesty.
Well, I have to say, those are the words we saw most often.
A lot.
And I don't think I've ever put servant leadership in QNC, but we heard.
There was a lot.
Yeah, we
in
heard
the-
that a lot.
In the responses.
Good with that one? Is that one good? Okay.
Everybody good?
Number 5, an education expert that has a successful record of improving student achievement with a diverse student population.
Would that be inclusive of those social issues we talked about last
Yeah,
week?
I don't know if the word diverse is strong enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all want to make it a little bit with a,
I don't know what the right word is.
What word would you use?
Socioeconomic, because you can't break it down just to that. Yeah.
We could put diverse and, should it be one or the other?
the reason I used diverse is because I thought that included the low socioeconomic
Mhm.
plus the different ethnic groups.
Ethnic
But we can list that, we can list that. Improving student achievement with low socioeconomic, minority, and minority student population, and the
I don't
minority.
know about
I'll
that,
put
though.
that one. I would
That,
feel comfortable saying that.
that makes the assumption that the only
Yeah,
kids we're
minority,
having a
yeah.
problem with are the, yeah.
Well, and there was a lot of talk about the about the upper end kids
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think it's,
Um,
yeah. I don't think you want to
I
narrow
don't
it
think
down.
diverse student
Diverse is
population is
strong.
about as strong as you,
Strong,
about as
yeah.
inclusive of everything that you can get.
I think it'll be interesting to see how they respond to when you're trying to pick your people, how they answer that question. If they choose diverse and only talk about one area, this may be an area that you want to, because Marion's right, we heard folks talk, we heard GT, we had special ed, we heard central. There were parents of each group saying, feel like sometimes we're so worried about one group, we're not, and
Right.
so they need to feel comfortable that everybody's being looked after. And I think how they answer that's gonna be a strong,
So I guess
Strong
like-
indicator.
Just like you said, as long as we address it in our interview process.
That's right.
and questions, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And your
Those are
kid.
questions that we
Okay.
specify.
And remember, these are trying to keep it so that we cast the net wide enough. We don't want to narrow it to where if someone hasn't worked with low socioeconomic kids or minority populations, that they don't apply.
Right.
So we want to cast it as wide as we can. Number 6, a visible leader that resides in the district and is actively engaged at school functions and community events. Okay. Yeah, I can't tell you how much we heard that. How many times. And then, last one, a highly effective communicator with strong interpersonal skills and a proven record of maintaining effective two-way communication with the board, staff, and community at all levels, and who can make and defend difficult decisions that are best for all students. And we had difficult decisions up there, so, I overlooked
Yeah,
that.
it's double.
So we could take out and who can make and defend difficult decisions that are best for all students, because we have already did that. It's mainly the communication piece.
Right, that's the first time we mentioned communication.
Right. So just a highly effective communicator with strong interpersonal skills and a proven record of maintaining effective two-way communication with the board, staff, and the community at all levels, period. Are y'all good with that? Is there anything, is that strong enough? Okay, all right.
Well, one thing that, I don't know where we would put it, but, and it's something that I would like to see, but also that I saw that came across a lot in the paperwork, was prior experience as an educator and a principal.
Okay.
It's an education expert.
Well, that
I mean, that-
education
I mean, that
expert
could be-
doesn't really,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that doesn't tell,
You
that
know-
wouldn't mean to me that you're looking for somebody who's going to be the teacher and the principal.
I'm going to say an experienced education expert.
We could put the word experience, that's what I was thinking, putting the word experience there. You know, there was talk, there was a little bit of talk about them having a doctorate, not having a doctorate. I did not include that, because it's always preferred, never required, again, because you don't want to eliminate anyone. But, you know, you could say something, an experienced educator with, you know, with a doctorate preferred, if that's something that this board feels strongly about. Otherwise, we'll put the word experience somewhere in here to meet that need.
Yeah, I don't think that, having a doctorate, I don't think that was listed a lot in the
Okay. I mean, we heard
things,
it a little bit, but it
I
wasn't
did,
a few comments.
I did see it, you
a
know,
few times.
quite a few times, being a teacher and a principal.
And there's a statement out there that we looked at last time, that made a comment of it served in several, and it served in multiple capacities, that's what, that's multiple capacities throughout the district,
Mhm.
throughout a district.
That might be another way of saying it.
And I'm trying, and to expand on that number 5, just that, because that's part of, you know, that would be part of it
That's,
too.
yeah, that's where I was looking at, putting in
So we could say an experienced education expert that has served in
multiple capacities.
multiple capacities.
Okay.
And has a,
And
and
has
has a successful, yeah.
That has served
Hey,
In multiple.
Dot,
multiple.
do we have the job description for, I mean, I know we have it, but can you check real quick and see if we say something like that about how we worded it, please?
Because we worded it.
Because we did.
Well, were we posted, or was it just in the job description,
Yeah.
or the criteria?
The
I think
criteria.
it was in the criteria.
See, I didn't have access to any of that.
Oh, no, it's-
It was an online app through, I just have the general superintendent,
Okay.
job description.
Yeah. Just wanted to know
I
how we
think that
work.
reads all right.
Yes, I do. An experienced expert that has served in multiple capacities and has a successful record of improving student achievement with a diverse student population.
So take out the word education. So it should say an experienced
Experienced
education.
education expert, yes.
Okay,
I got it.
making sure.
Yes.
All right.
I got it. Got it. All right.
Now, John, you had mentioned last week about whether or not this candidate should be bilingual. So do we need to put that, or is it preferred?
You know, that's when I'm sitting here looking at communicator, and I was trying to figure out a wording on that.
I will tell you, the application asks
It
if
does
they're
ask, correct?
bilingual.
Yeah.
And so you will have that information when you get the application.
I was trying to remember when we got the application for it, it said, where it said that, but it says it on the front page of that application typically.
It does say, within our application, the TASB application, it does ask if they're bilingual and what languages.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
That would be a
Okay,
preliminary,
we're
yeah.
gonna- we're the ones that are
Preliminary
gonna-
narrowing.
we're the ones that are gonna be
Yeah.
reviewed anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to narrow it down. But I just thought you might want to put that that would be preferred.
No,
No, okay, it's a strong word. very strong.
Prefer to scare people off.
All right. Anybody else?
Anything else? You know, the word continuity came up a lot, but I think that's a word that there's gonna be questions that we can develop, that you will be able to get that information when you're questioning your applicants, and I think that's a better place to put that, or to ask that. So, that was the only other thing that I really, we talked about here.
That was on one, right?
Okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
Do we need to approve this as a board? Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
As amended?
As amended.
As amended.
As amended.
Mr. Holt and Mr. Blevins, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes 7-0.
Okay, I know you have other things. If you need us, you know how to find us. I will be sending you updates just to tell you how many applicants you have, how many are sitting superintendents. So you won't not hear from me. You'll hear from me. I'll
Okay.
send them over and she'll distribute those.
All right, and for those of you out there, we are going to be posting these Q&Cs tomorrow morning.
Yes.
As soon as we get
I'll
them. She's
email
going to
them
work on the
tonight.
changes tonight.
I will
yeah.
email them tonight. Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so moving on to item 2C, discussion and possible action to appoint a board budget committee.
No more rant.
Bill was talking with me last week, and we seem to be moving really fast through this budget process and these budget workshops. We've got 30 minutes before the meetings, and Tony's running a marathon trying to get through all the information. So he thought it might be a good idea to put together a committee, a board committee. So, Bill?
The thought there was, it would be an addition to the process, not replacing anything in the process. We'll still have a budget workshop weeks prior to the June approval date at which we have to approve a budget by. So we'll still have a board workshop, but prior to that workshop to have a committee of 2 or 3 board members that come in. We go through the budget process. You pose questions that we can make sure we work on and then present those to the entire board during that workshop. You can look at documentation, make sure it's clear to you. It's going to be clear to the other board members. It's kind of similar to the audit committee that we have you come in, you look at the audit, you ask questions, and we make sure we address things. I just, with all the board meetings that are going to happen between now and June 27th, I want to make sure we spend our time in the workshop providing you the best information, and we don't have to go back and forth or get there and not be able to answer questions. And I'll say this is a little bit for me, because it's my first time through the budget process. So I want to make sure we're doing it right. I've talked to a couple other superintendents about this, and it's a common practice. Others have done it, and I just want to make sure we're doing it right and getting good information, and then present the board things that are helpful to you in making decisions, understanding the budget process.
So that was going to be my question, is how does that differ from the budget advisory committee that we already have? So how's that going to differ from that?
Budget advisory.
Then we have that, where we would have, let me rephrase that. We used to have that, and we haven't been going through that for several years now. So how would that differ, or is
Well,
this?
it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It needs a revival.
This is not an advisory, this is more of a board.
Ish, that was a benefits insurance committee that was with the department, business department
Was
before.
that strictly just the thing?
It talked about the insurance and,
That's the one, this is the one where Ernest Leal was on it, and met quarterly.
okay.
It's been some time, since we got.
Sandy, I guess, was here.
Yeah.
So-
So, okay, but that is good, that's the only reason why I'm wondering.
Presenting the idea
It
that
was a
you,
good, insight for board members to partake in that, so.
Right, we thought,
That's a good
especially
idea.
with the new board members not having a firm view of it, so Ms. Rial and Mr. Amador are interested. What type of time commitment would there be?
Probably a couple hours, maybe twice, but if it takes more, we'll do more, just to make sure we get through the entire process. I know Tony's done a general revenue overview, a food service overview, and a INS overview. So we'll bring all that together, see what it looks like, show, projections, have you ask questions, look at the documents, and then so when we come to that board workshop, presenting you with something that's valuable, and we can have conversation about that and make sure we're doing something good. And it's kind of to make sure we're just using your time wisely and the board's time wisely. So if we do come to a budget workshop, we're there and we're answering questions, and we're not saying we got to get back to you. We want to make sure we're doing our due diligence there. And so I'm presenting the idea to you, and then I'll let the board decide if that's something you want to do or not.
Well, I know we have two interested. They're new, and I'd like to see one of the board members who's been on the board for a while might want to sit in on this and provide some of their experience and expertise as well. So, and John, I know your plate's really full with walking through the high school every day, every Monday, so.
We go every other Wednesday, but that's probably going to increase
Yeah.
June 1 to every week.
So Mr. Flores or Ms. Eppinger?
Just 3, right?
3.
Yeah, you can't do any more than
Yeah,
three.
that's what I said.
Depends on my schedule is, but what days are y'all meeting?
Yeah, what day would?
I would prefer not.
You prefer not to? Okay.
I'm not that well versed in finances.
I think you do too, y'all's choice.
This-
You can pick the day, we're
This
thinking
Monday
maybe Monday
is-
after Mondays,
yeah,
but
Mondays.
we could pick a different day, whatever works for y'all, we'll make it work.
Why don't we just start with 2, and if somebody else has the time, they can join in. And I can meet anytime.
All right. So do I hear a motion to form this board, board budget committee?
So moved.
Up to, okay. Ms. Reel?
I second.
Mr. Amador seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Passes 7-0. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move it.
Okay. Mr. Amador and Mr.
Second.
Holt. All right.
Who was the motion?
Commodore, second.
Amador, yeah. Throwing y'all off here. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? No? Okay. We are closing this meeting at 6:58.
Thank you.